Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. And today I want to talk to you guys about this news that just dropped. Well, I say just dropped, but according to this, it was actually published 3 days ago. And I'm only getting to this now, so I do apologize for that. But it seems like we finally have possible details for the story of Netflix's live action adaptation of Avatar The Last Airbender. Now, I have talked about this show before. I think the last time I talked about this was when it was reported that the original creators were leaving the project because according to them it was going in a direction that they didn't agree with. And after reading this, yeah, I can kind of see why. Okay, okay. I'm gonna try to keep myself composed throughout this video because every time I even think about this, I have to stop myself from laughing at just at how fucking bad it is. And trust me, you'll see it. Okay, so if you remember, yeah, the original creators, Brian Konietzko and Michael Dante DiMartino, they left the project because according to them, it was going in a direction that they didn't agree with. And usually, whenever that happens, it's not a good thing because it's usually the people who are leaving trying to tell us, the audience, in a way that yeah, this show is not going to be good. I don't want my name attached to it. So, um, you know what? Again, we'll get to the actual website that reported on this, but this is coming from CBR. Yeah, I know it's a bad article. It's a bad website, but whatever. Since the departure of Avatar: The Last Airbender creators Michael Dante DiMartino and Brian Konietzko in 2020, little news surrounding Netflix's live action adaptation has been released that changed recently when plot and character descriptions resurfaced, or excuse me, surfaced. Purportedly acquired by the GWW. Now, I have never heard about this website, and here it is. I've never even heard about this website, so there is a chance that there's nothing to this. So just keep that in mind. But if it is, oh boy, this is going to be bad. And again, like I said, okay, maybe I can explain it like this. You know how sometimes whenever you read the synopsis for a plot, it can be bad, and usually it's bad in two ways. One, it's so bad that you actually end up mad at how bad it is. But the other thing, and this is where I fall, this is the category that I fall into. To me, this is so bad, I can't help but laugh. I really can't help but laugh because, and just so you know, this is actually this isn't the first time that I heard about this. I heard about this before, and it's probably a good thing because the first time I heard this, I actually broke down for 5 minutes just laughing at how bad it is. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to keep myself a little bit composed while recording this video. Okay, let's continue. The descriptions bear broad similarities to the overall plot of the beloved animated series, but possess major differences when it comes to the characters. Aang still must defeat Fire Lord Ozai and save the world from the forces of the Fire Nation, but his backstory seems to have changed. It goes into the backstory, but which we'll get into. I won't read the article, but let's go ahead and look at the actual GWW article. So here it is. Netflix's Avatar: The Last Airbender plot and character descriptions. Back in 2018, Netflix announced they were making a live-action Avatar series. While there was skepticism at first, the creators Michael Dante DiMartino and Brian Konietzko were back as showrunners, but that didn't last very long. The showrunners left production 2 years later. Michael Dante DiMartino explained on his website that Netflix didn't keep up to their promises. It's been 3 years since the announcement, with very little information regarding the production since then. However, the show has gotten a new showrunner, Albert Kim from Sleepy Hollow. Now, Sleepy Hollow, if it's the show that I'm thinking about, then I'll say that I kind of enjoyed the first 2 seasons, but I fell out of it afterwards. I tried to watch the third season, but I got bored. Sources at GWW were able to learn the plot and character descriptions of the upcoming series. Avatar: The Last Airbender doesn't have a good past with live-action adaptations. Boy, that's true. I hope, despite the creative differences that took place between the creators and Netflix, doesn't cause the show to be hopeless. Yeah, it is going to be hopeless. Despite the creators leaving production, they're still attached as writers for the series. Okay, that's a little weird. Maybe Netflix is keeping some of their ideas. The series will be, okay, here it is. So it's going to be 10 episodes long in 1 hour format. Now, this shouldn't surprise anyone. This is basically the format that Netflix usually goes whenever it comes to their TV shows. It's always only 10 episodes, but each episode is like an hour long. Like at least 45 to 15 minutes long, somewhere around that. It's never like a full 1 hour. It's expected to start production in November of this year. Okay. We're about to go into the actual plot and the characters, and like I said, I'm gonna try to keep myself composed throughout this entire video. So, okay, let's go through the actual plot. And if you remember, this is I think the first teaser image we got for the actual show. Okay, plot. A reimagined live-action series based on the award-winning and beloved Nickelodeon animated series Avatar: The Last Airbender, which follows the adventures of main protagonist Aang and his friends who must save the world by defeating the Fire Lord Ozai and the destructive war with the Fire Nation. Okay, here's where we get into the character descriptions, and honestly, this is the part that really just caused me to break out into hysterical laughter for 5 minutes. Okay, let's start with Aang, you know, the main character. Let's start with Aang, okay, shall we? Okay, here we go. Male. Asian. Lead character is 12, male of East Asian or South Asian heritage. Okay, well, at least they're keeping the ages. Just so you know, they're keeping the ages similar. So I know a lot of people were worried that Netflix was going to age them up and, you know, basically try to make it a CW show. Now, it seems like they're still going to make it a CW show, but they're going to keep it the same age. You'll find out what I mean. Aang is a typical 12-year-old boy, a bit goofy, a bit nerdy, restless in school. That's right. Aang is in school. Oh boy. Always, I think they meant to say always, eager to join his friends for fun and games. He's nimble, energetic, and quick in the schoolyard. Oh, this is the interesting part. Adopted at birth. Aang has struggled with questions as to how he fits in. This is where the CW element comes in. But his loving parents have worked hard to make him feel accepted. Aang has grown up to become generous, kind-hearted, and cheerful. Aang had also been gifted with an incredible mystical power. He doesn't really understand it, but it could be the key to saving the world from a global conflict. It's a responsibility he's reluctant to accept, but because it'll take him away from his family, friends, and everything he knows. All he wants is to just be a regular kid. Series regular. Okay, here's the thing. Aang doesn't have any friends. Well, he does, but I'm guessing they mean that he has friends from the Air Nation. He doesn't have any friends for the Air Nation. He doesn't have any friends, or he doesn't have any adopted parents. They are all dead. That was a big part of his story. Is that his people are all dead. He's the only one of his kind left. That was a big part of his backstory. They all died. They were all slaughtered. And now you're telling me that apparently his people are still alive? Remember, a part of his growth is to accept what happened because he felt guilty that, you know, his people died because he ran away, that he wasn't there to help them. But he had to accept that maybe what happened was meant to happen, that it happened for a reason. Okay, so there's Aang. Let's move on. Oh, here we go. Oh, let's move on to Katara. Okay. Female Native... Okay, here's the thing. Katara is not Native American. There is no America in the Last Airbender. There is no America indigenous to North America. No, there is no North America. The entire world of Avatar was inspired by Eastern mythology. That's why a lot of their lands, a lot of their countries were inspired by Eastern countries. You know how they said the Fire Nation was loosely based on Japan? How the Earth Nation was loosely based on Korea? How the Water Tribe was loosely based on the Inuit tribes? And how the Air Nomad were loosely based on Tibetan monks? There is no America. Okay, America doesn't even play a part in this. Oh, now you might be asking, well, wait, you sound mad. You're not laughing. Oh, trust me, the funny part is coming. Don't worry. Katara is smart, athletic, determined, and hopeful. She's had to keep her family together ever since her mother was killed in a mysterious supernatural event several years ago. A trauma that haunts Katara every day. Recently, she has started to develop strange new powers that both intrigue and scare her. Wait, why does it scare her? She's never been afraid of being a waterbender. Wait a minute. Okay, okay. So basically, if this is true, what they're saying is that this entire world, in this world that they're doing, in this rebooted version of Avatar: The Last Airbender, apparently people with abilities are treated as different. So it's not like the actual Last Airbender world where being benders is basically as natural as breathing. Like it's there's no problem. And now, oh god, oh you can already tell it's gonna be some sort of an allegory. You can just tell, you can tell. And again, if this is true, and I fully believe Netflix would do something like this, she's looking for someone to help her understand these changes, but she has also started to find hope in the thought her new skills could lead to a brighter future for her and her family. Here's the thing: keeping her family together ever since her mother was killed. That does sound something like that. That does sound a little bit like Katara. It does. And her mother's death being something that haunts her. That's also similar to the character, but it was she wasn't killed in a supernatural event. Her mother was killed by the Fire Nation. That's why she hates them so much, which is one of the reasons why she struggles to accept Zuko because she associates him with the people who killed her mother. Remember that whole episode? The Southern Raiders, one of the best episodes of the fucking series. Remember that? Oh boy. Okay, let's go to Sokka. Hold on. No, I'm not interested. Shut up. Okay. Male, oh god, Native American again. 16 again. At least they're keeping the ages similar. Indigenous, oh boy. Katara is gangly and strong older brother. Sokka is a teenager who was forced to grow up too fast. Since his mother's death, he had to become the leader of the family, which has led him to butt heads with his sister, who resents his overprotective nature. Okay, that sounds a little bit like Sokka. I just hope he's funny. Just make him funny. That was a big part of his character. He was funny. Okay, don't be like the M. Night Shyamalan Sokka, who was a fucking stick in the mud. He's concerned about her new powers, worried they might put her in harm's way. That, despite everything, he and Katara have a natural rapport, and they trust each other. He has a sharp, sardonic wit, which he often uses as a defense mechanism during uncomfortable situations, but it also makes him entertaining and likable. Why does it keep saying serious regular? But okay, whatever. So, Sokka is, again, most of it I will admit is similar to the character, but again, this whole he's concerned about his her new powers thing. Here's the thing: he if you watch the series, he did always kind of find it a little bit annoying, but it was never to the point where he sort of thought it was dangerous. Like he was never afraid of it. He just thought it was kind of annoying because she always, if you saw the pilot, the two-part pilot, he basically kept getting. How do I say this? He kept facing the consequences of Katara's decision to use water bending. Let's just put it like that. Oh, okay. Now we get to Zuko. Oh, and this is honestly the part that made me laugh. Okay, let's get to Zuko. 17. Well, actually, I think it was 16 in the actual show. In excellent shape, focused and driven, Zuko has been driven to be an overachiever by his overbearing father, a career military man. Failure is never an option, and it doesn't matter who you hurt to get to the top. Zuko has struggled to reconcile that philosophy with his kind-hearted nature. Okay, that sounds a little bit like the show. That conflict has made him intense and guarded, which is why he comes off as brisk and arrogant. When Zuko discovers he has developed mysterious powers and is competing... okay. A development and is competing with Aang for a kilo in their project. Zuko's father to tell him to stop at nothing to win, and if he doesn't, he shouldn't bother coming home. First of all, I gotta ask, what project? What is this project? Oh boy. Okay, so seriously, I gotta ask, what is this whole thing with the fucking project? What project? What is this? This is so fucking stupid. Zuko's father tells him to stop at nothing to win. What is it? Okay, why is he working with Aang? Remember the whole thing about him capturing the Avatar because the Avatar was a threat to the Fire Nation? I just... What is this? What is this? What am I reading? This is so fucking awful. Again, if this is true, this is fucking awful. The whole, stopping at nothing to win. If he doesn't, he shouldn't bother coming home. Here's the thing, he already wasn't home. Remember, he was banished because he shamed his father. And that happened before they figured out that the Avatar was alive. Actually, they actually thought the Avatar was dead. That's one of the things that was kind of cruel about the banishment, is that he told him, you can only come home if you find the Avatar. He only did that because he believed the Avatar was dead. He basically sent Zuko on a wild goose chase because he didn't care about. That's the thing that made the Fire Lord so hateable. He was a fucking awful person, an even worse father. Oh boy. While these descriptions are interesting, no, it's not interesting. It has me questioning some decisions. Aang has adoptive parents, yeah. Katara's mother dies in a mysterious supernatural event. Originally, Katara's mother died in a raid by the Southern Raiders. Thank you. That's strange change they've made, considering that Zuko's father sent him on the mission for power. I hope that means Uncle Iroh is still in the show. Oh, he better be in the fucking show. I hope everything works out well for this show. Here's the thing. It's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out. Excuse me for a sec. Good thing I started bringing water to these. I got sick and tired of my throat being parched. Anyway, dude, this sounds awful. I mean, this sounds fucking terrible. Nothing about this sounds good. While yes, some things they did keep similar to the characters in the show, but there's a lot of things that just don't make any sense. For example, why they say Zuko developing a mysterious power. Does this mean the Fire Lord isn't a firebender? Because that was one thing that made him kind of threatening, is he was one of the best firebenders out there. That's what made him so goddamn dangerous. I don't understand. What is with this change of people being afraid of developing powers? Why did you do this? And again, I think I said this before. I'm afraid that they're gonna treat being a bender in this world as being something different. I don't like this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate the changes that they're making. Again, if this is true, because remember, according to them, they say they have sources who were able to learn upon character descriptions. So treat it as a rumor. I know there are a lot of people who have no idea what the fuck the word rumor even means. So do me a favor, look it up. Okay, don't be one of those people. But anyway, again, like I said, if this is true, this is going to be awful. This is going to be awful. For one thing, like they said, Aang has parents. There are other people like him. When his whole backstory is that his people died, and he had to learn to accept what happened because he felt guilty that he wasn't there to help him. He wasn't there to help them. Although technically you could say help him because he wanted to help Mongiatsu, because that was his his sort of like his adopted dad. And I hate this. I hate this, and I hope they don't eventually make a storyline where it's revealed that Aang and Zuko are brothers. Oh, please don't reveal that at some point Ozai went to the Fire Nation and got down and dirty with a fucking airbending monk. And that's Aang's kid, and he in some way fathered his own worst enemy. It's just, oh God, please, I beg you, don't do this. Don't do that. Okay, I please, you, and I know I'm begging, but there's a chance. There's a chance they're gonna do this. Oh boy. Okay, so I've said everything I wanted to say, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Again, if this is true, what did you think about the character descriptions and what the plot's going to be? Thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like the video, share the video, subscribe if you haven't, and click the bell icon for notifications. Remember to stay safe, take care of yourselves. Bye for now.